These are the instructions on how to use StomaToGo. I would recommend using StomaToGo at home to increase your confidence and familiarity with it. May take you a little longer at first until you get used to it to change your appliance, but you'll gain confidence and learn how you want to do it, which may vary from the way I show you. Because these steps are just an example based on using it in a public setting. Your actual steps could vary based on your circumstances, your preferences. For example, if you're not in a public setting, you would want to do it differently. Also, I carry my waste bag. I already have it in StomaToGo when I transport it, and that way it's ready to go for any emergency purposes. I will go through the steps of how you insert the bag, but you could do that as you prepare for transport, and then of course you'd skip that when you're using it to change your appliance. The other thing this is assuming is that your clothes are out of the way whenever you're using this, obviously. So with that, first thing you would do is you can move the rest platform out of the way. You can take the shield holder off out of the post and stick it on here. Whoops, pointed arrow should be, or pointed side should be towards me like that. But I'm gonna get those out of the way so that you can see clearly what I'm doing. They would stay there and you would use them. I'll put them back in later. So the first thing you do is you pull the strap, this holding strip, just get the strap out of the way. You can drop the stabilizer bar down. Then I remove the bag holder. I stick the base over my left arm, and I do it so that the posts are sticking out towards me. Take the bag holder, keep track of where the center post is. Take your waste bag, the open end. I'm using white bags just for contrast purposes. I would typically use black or gray, a little more discreet. So you take your bag, you stick it over the, and through the through the underneath side of the bag holder. You drape it over the bag holder. You get a hold of it underneath. You may have to squish it against your body to get rid of some of the air. But the purpose is to get the bag to be underneath the edge of the bag holder. Then I take this left hand, it's in my left hand, so now I just pull the bag holder down into the base, like that, keeping the center post to the center and back, and then your bag is in position. You can pull on it, tug on it, make sure it's okay. Then, of course, make sure your stabilizer bar is down. Take your strap, you can reach behind yourself, get a hold of the strap, pull it around. Of course, your clothes would be out of the way. Put the strap through the other end, pull it tight, and place it directly underneath your stoma, away from wherever your appliance is or your barrier strips or whatever you're using. And so now you're ready for the change. Now I'll put these back on. These would just be out of the way. Now, if you're in a public setting and you want to create the shield, use the shield holder, you can do that. You can just take another bag. You can stick that bag down into the waste bag and then stick it over the pointed, and then that creates something of a shield from the front where people can't see what you're doing on. I would have pressed it down over that point, but I'm not going to here now. I'll get that out of the way, but that would be there. So I'll get it out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Then, of course, you would prepare, if you're using one piece, you'd remove the thing and you'd stick it on there ready to go. If you're using a two-piece like I do, you would take your appliance, you can stick it on the rest platform over the post there. It won't slide off. You can take the covering off, if you're using a seal ring, you can put the seal ring on and have it prepared before you start to change your appliance, okay? I also have this, which is kind of an optional cleaner holder that you can hang on here if you need it. And it has towels, adhesive removers, and other things you can use during the cleaning process. I'll remove that You don't need to see that right now, get it out of the way. Anyway, get everything ready before you remove your old appliance, but then you can remove your old appliance, drop it down into the bag, do your normal cleaning, and as you do, just drop the materials into the waste bag as well. And then when you're done, one of the things you want to make sure of is you'll put on your new appliance, but don't drop the bag down into the waste bag or it could get soiled. So you can either hold it like this with one hand, or I carry these clips. I carry a couple of these, and I just clip the bag top to itself and it holds it up out of the way. I also use another one of these clips to actually hold my shirt and t-shirt out of the way when I'm cleaning as well. I carry those in my backpack along with the StomaToGo. So when you're done, you dropped everything in there, then you can remove the bag. Just grab the center post, pull the bag up, get a hold of it underneath, and then you can pull the waste bag off of the bag holder, pull it up and off. You make sure it doesn't get stuck on the post. Stick the bag holder back in, tie this, and dispose of it. Now, I go ahead and put another bag on while I've got it and transport it that way, but there's another video on transport instructions that you can use. But then you just take that off and then prepare it for transport. So those are the basic instructions of how to use it. Thank you.